Hi foodie friends, I'm Jessica with Savory Experiments, and if you didn't know, we have a second site called My Sauce Recipes. You know I like it saucy. Today we are making a recipe from that website, homemade sweet and sour sauce. Probably one of the most iconic Chinese American sauces served in restaurants. It is super easy to make at home, and we're making it without all the food coloring because that's how it gets that signature red tinge to it. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to put in is pineapple juice. This is part of what makes up that signature flavor, also gives it its sweetness and a little bit of acidity. To that, an entire cup of sugar. I bet you didn't realize that there is so much sugar in your sweet and sour sauce, and that is also why it tastes so delicious. Okay? 1/4 cup of ketchup. This is what gives it the natural pink. My kids love that, the sound that the ketchup makes when it comes out. I know you know what I'm thinking, what it sounds like. I'm not going to say it out loud. Okay, a little bit more because I've got some stuck in my cup here. So that is 1/4 cup of ketchup. Anyway, that is what gives it the pink color. Most commercial sauces will also add red food coloring to it. We're not going to do that today, so ours might be a tad bit paler than what you're used to. 2 tablespoons of a low sodium soy sauce. And 1/3 cup of vinegar. And that is it for the base. I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. You know, we always have trouble with our burners and the flames here getting a little too hot. Whisk it together. It'll take a minute. It'll look a little clumpy in the beginning, that ketchup trying to meld with all of the sugars and the juice. But it will come together, I promise. Go ahead and let that simmer for just a few minutes, and then we're going to finish off the sauce and you'll be done. Okay, we've let this simmer for a few minutes. Make sure you keep it on low and also keep an eye on it. It has a lot of sugars in it, between the pineapple juice, the actual sugar, and the ketchup. And sugar tends to boil quickly and over and make a huge mess if you aren't paying close attention. So the sauce is pretty watery. You're going to notice that. I feel like this isn't at all like sweet and sour sauce. To get it to the texture and the color that you are used to, well, maybe not the color, the texture, we are going to use 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Cornstarch is going to not only thicken the mixture, in there cornstarch, but make it that signature glossy sauce that you're so used to. Go ahead and blend together 2 tablespoons of cornstarch in about 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. Make sure you get all the clumps out. It's nice and smooth before you start throwing it in there. Dook, dook, dook. Okay, good to go. I'm gonna pour it in and whisk at the same time. At first, it's gonna look cloudy, but you'll start to get a more peachy hue of a sweet and sour sauce. Remember, because we aren't using red food coloring. And as you whisk, about 1 to 2 minutes, it'll start to come together and get super thick. I can already start feeling it. It starts to pull and tug a little bit against the whisk, and that's how you know you're almost there. Also keep in mind that when it starts to cool, it's going to thicken even more. So you actually want to stop the heat about a few seconds. I don't even know how many seconds. A few seconds before. Woo! See, told you about that sugar. We had a sugar volcano there. A few seconds before it starts to hit that really glossy, thick sauce. Man, that hurt. Tastes good though. Okay, and I think we've hit it. Got a fork here. I'll show you how. See how it's starting to coat the back of that? It's still a little drippy because it is a sauce, but it's coating the back of the fork. And lovely, we're ready to eat it. What do you serve sweet and sour sauce with? Sweet and sour pork, sweet and sour chicken, sweet and sour salmon, whatever you want. You don't have to fry it. You could put it on grilled meats and vegetables. You could use it as a dipping sauce for egg rolls, dumplings. You could put it on top of sushi. You can do whatever your heart desires with your homemade sweet and sour sauce. From my kitchen to yours, have a lovely day.